The Retirement Halftime Show. Maintain your lead in retirement.
You're watching the Retirement Halftime Show. I am your host, Alexander Joyce, and of course, with me is Alex Clark, co-host.
Alex, we've talked a lot about your book in some past segments, and I think what would be beneficial maybe today is if we just jumped into Chapter 15, if you don't mind, why to pick a financial professional.
Okay. Chapter 15 is a good one. It's interesting because it kind of relates, that chapter 15, it relates and it kind of gets into the purpose of why we do some of our educational events. And I'm sure a lot of people know that we do these. They've been invited, and I'm sure they've some of us have attended and some haven't. This could be a good call for some that just don't go to dinner seminars or don't do that type of thing. They don't need our free food or that's just not their scene. So perhaps, getting a copy of our book, ReJoyce in Your Retirement, Everything You Need to Know to Get Everything You Want, could be a good message, right? To kind of put something like that in their hands so they can learn a little bit more about us. But why we do that and why I put that chapter in the book was because our goal for anyone before they make a decision to choose a financial advisor is to know that our message or why I did this or why we do that is education. Okay. We want people to know that our leadership role in this industry, in our local market, is to make sure that we want them to know that we are an open book, that they can stop in our office anytime, that we lead by education, and they should know exactly who we are and who any advisor is before they make a decision. We've talked a little bit about the difference in the roles between a fiduciary and a broker on this show, and we kind of dive a little bit deeper in that in our message in that chapter, if you will, chapter 15. And the goal of that is to make sure they understand the differences, because we elaborate a little bit more about what is a financial planner, what is a broker, what is a fiduciary, and how do their roles impact your decisions and the expectations when it comes to that advisor. Because each one of those people or each one of those designations or roles are different services, right? So you may not want something that's more on a transactional or on a retail type of product basis. You want more of a an open form of communication, more of a relationship, more of a let me tell you a story about my last trip with my grandkids type of environment, if you would, that type of office setting. And I think that that is what we do, right? And that's what I want people to understand in terms of the due diligence they need to do before choosing that advisor.
Alex, maybe you just mentioned fiduciary there. Sure. Maybe you could dive into that a little bit and explain what you meant by that by that.
I appreciate you asking that, because it's so true, right? In the book, we mentioned that many times, but it's in fact, I don't know that we give definitions in terms of what it means to people to work with one. So a fiduciary means we have a legal obligation to put our client's need above our own, right? To make sure that the recommendations or the strategies or the information we provide is held at that standard, that fiduciary standard. And we must do that by law, Alex. And I think that, and I mentioned financial planner, and I mentioned not that they can't be a fiduciary by any means, but I mentioned brokers, and I mentioned maybe insurance agents and things of that nature, more of a retail transactional basis, and maybe they get a commission. But they're held at what's called a suitability standard. And a lot of those products may be suitable, but maybe they're not looking at the whole situation of the client from a holistic basis. And I think what we've done in that book is we've the whole book, as a matter of fact, we've really opened it up from stories of clients, from understanding our role, from understanding what to expect from us, from an expectation basis, if you would, in carrying out what that future relationship would look like. We've put all that together, right? Chapter 15 is much further than one, but if you kind of follow the whole sequence, if you would, of the book, and you understand what chapter 15 means along with chapter 3 and 4 and 5, you'll understand the whole thing.
Alex, where would our viewers find that book?
Sure. I mean, they can pick up the phone. They can call us, right? Or they can go to our website. There's actually a big book. We're very proud of the book. You go to our website, and it's about that big, and they can just click that link, and it's theirs. We'll send them a copy. If they want us to sign the book, we can sign the book. They can come to one of our events, or just pick up the phone and simply schedule a no-cost visit, and we'll put the book in their hands.
That's great, Alex. If you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to call. We'll be right back.
The Retirement Halftime Show. Maintain your lead in retirement.
There's some things in life we can always get back. Money, that's one of them. But time, that can never be replaced. Your kids, grandkids, they don't care how big your house is or the type of car you drive. The time they spend with you, that's what matters most. Allow us to help take your financial concerns away so you can enjoy the more important things in life. Call us today at 317-903-9157. Schedule a no-obligation visit and rejoice in your retirement.
I'm Alexander Joyce, President, CEO of ReJoyce Financial. Getting the education you need for a successful retirement is key. That's why I've written my second book, Rejoice in Your Retirement, Everything You Need to Know to Get Everything You Want. The book covers topics like identifying the income gaps, new ideas for investing, taxes and retirement, your legacy beyond dollars and cents, and much more. I've written this in an easy-to-understand format so that just about anyone can get the most out of it. To get a copy of Rejoice in Your Retirement, Everything You Need to Know to Get Everything You Want, you can go to Amazon. But if you're one of the first callers, you can get a complimentary signed copy of this book just by scheduling a no-cost, no-obligation visit. This book is packed with information that will help you get the most out of your retirement years. If you want to know more about successful retirement strategies, then call now. Education is key. And let us help you rejoice in your retirement.